Ignacio Quiles. I'm first generation Puerto Rican. I'm from New York City. My family born in New York City. Migrated here in the late 40s, and so I went back to Puerto Rico to see my roots and live there and teach and work, and now I'm back in New York many years later. And I'm part of the Latino experience, if you will.
So what does being Latino mean to you?
It's funny. It used to mean a lot of different things before than it does now. I never really felt Latino. I never really felt anything for a really long time. I mean, I knew we spoke Spanish in my house. I knew I could read it and write it. Media-wise, and what I saw on the screen or television and books and all those types of things, never really allowed me to feel it, to really enjoy it, to be part of it in that global sense. So, do I feel more Latino now? Probably more now. In the 70s and 80s we did, we had the Young Lords and all of that, so we felt an identity. We had some sort of identity in America. But for the most part, Latinos of my complexion and darker were never really viewed as Latinos, Like people will walk up to a group of us and say, "Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Mira, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Hey, how are you doing?" Of course, they're talking to me. So I've gotten used to that experience. So it's always fun. It's always worked sometimes in my favor when people have talked in Spanish to say something, and you catch them, whatever it could be. It doesn't have to be about you. I'm not that paranoid. Just a little paranoid. So but I would always check them. I could always check people real quick. Puerto Rico, the country itself, the island, gives us a better identity of ourselves when we're there. When you go to your homeland, depending on what your homeland is, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Mexico, Cuba, wherever you're from. And you get that sense of belonging to the Latino experience when you're home, in your homeland, so to speak. There are special moments, obviously, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, or the flag, my people, mi gente, and all that stuff. Great baseball heroes, boxing greats, yada, yada, yada. And you feel connected that way, but in the global sense, we don't feel as connected. It's like living in the Twilight Zone most of my life. That's pretty much one of the better descriptions. So you don't really know what really is going down or how it's really going down. I mean, when I look at television and I see the images that only now you start to see the black skinned reporter, the woman that used to doesn't play the maid in the Spanish soap operas. Now she's the whatever, maybe the secretary in the office, but she's no longer the maid.
Funny that you say you were disconnected. What made you get connected?
I connected myself. I connected myself by connecting with other like Latinos. I connected myself with the Joseph Medinas of the world, young Dominican brother who's a fantastic filmmaker. I connected with really interesting people, like having conversations with good actors like Gary Perez, and interacting with good Latino talent. And all together in a mishmash of broken English and broken Spanish, communicating with different Latinos about who they are, and that's the only way really we really attain our real identity, is to almost challenge ourselves to go in there and find out what it is and take it, basically, And sometimes that comes out of like just talking in Spanish for what and ¿qué? Just to let people know, don't get it twisted. Or I always like the surprise on people's faces. Lately I get el judío, the Jew, the rabbi, and so, oh man, the guy said to me, yo pensaba que tú eras un rabbi. So before I was the black guy, now I'm the rabbi. I don't know I don't know what that means. I don't know how we're working that out in our brain. Somehow we can't accept. It's like when you see Russians or people of the former Soviet Union, Russia, and they're Asiatic, they're Asian, and it's like, you're not Chinese, you're Russian. It's that same feeling of like, you know, no, yeah, to them.
You know what I thought when I first saw you? Who you reminded me of? You reminded me of Ismael Rivera.
Oh, I love Ismael Rivera. He was a good singer. Yeah, I like Ismael. Caras Lindas de mi gente negra, all those people. Yeah, like that was a song in Puerto Rico that really got me. That was that one song. When they came out with that, Las Caras Lindas de mi gente negra. When they came out with that, it was like, thank God. And then they came out with that movie I remember as a child. Pintor, si tú pintas con amor, píntame angelitos negros. And it was like the first time people making declarations as to who their identity is within the culture itself. Like, we are Puerto Ricans, but we do have dark skin. We do have nappy or whatever, canap hair, you know, kinky nappy, from back in the day. And we do, you know, we're not disconnected. It's not a disconnection. It's inclusive. It's that the predominant culture came out first. You know, it's like there's a baby and it's born his mother and father, and you go, oh, he's got his nose like his father. You know, he's got his eyes, he's got his mother's eyes. Well, hell, that's what happened. You know, we got Mother Africa's skin, and that's just the way it is. And culturally, you know, it's a problem for people, and it's not a problem for me. I know, and I love my culture, and I love the African history. I've been to Africa, I've been to Europe, I've been to Spain, I've checked it all out. You know, I have a good identity, I have a good grasp on the identity part. I just wish that the rest of Latin America would catch up with us and say, hey, you know what? Damn, you know, we do need to get more positive Latino images of dark-skinned people, which are we. Because in Nicaragua, there's black people. In El Salvador, there's black people. Puerto Rico, you already know. But if you see a commercial, you wouldn't think there's a black folk on the island. Because when you look at the commercial, they're running down the beach, Jose y Maria. Oh, what a great vacation, Julio. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. And then cut to the reality. They don't show that. They won't show that. They won't talk about it. They won't show it. I wrote a piece many years ago called Bembe Pelo Malo, and in which it was a couple that were engaged, and the whole cultural thing. You know, people would say, no, hay que mejorar la raza. You have to improve the race. That whole stereotype of improving the race. Why? By bringing white in is going to improve the race, or by lightening the skin is going to improve the race? Ask the Indians if they wanted that syphilis. You know, like, I'm not saying that white people bring syphilis. I'm just saying, if improving the race comes at such a cost, you know, that you really lose who you are because lightening the skin, it's crazy. They sell that bleach, and people, I mean, they got us all twisted. We're still fighting that. We're still fighting with our hair. We're still fighting with our skin, you know. We've never been happy with ourselves. It's always a problem. I mean, even me growing up, I mean, I'm confident now. But hell, I went through hell growing up thinking, damn, I don't like this. You know? You walk into a store, you already felt those eyes on you. It wasn't like you did anything, but you knew they were looking at you. They knew, what the? That guy's going to take something. And, I mean, there's a series, I think it's called Unusual Suspects. And it's like, it's not who you think it is. It's not who I'm not who you think I am. I think people in America or the world or Puerto Rico and everywhere, you know, I mean, they all have a mindset that says to them that Latinos, black, and black Americans are all in the same category, and we are all in the same category. We're human beings, but that anyone that is a black skin automatically is devious, is going to take something, is going to harm you. That's not the way we go, and it's going to ruin the race. And this just doesn't make any sense. We are the beginning of the race. How can we ruin something that we brought forth? Like, blackness brought it forth, and that was it. I mean...